The Western Cape has emerged as the epicenter of a diphtheria outbreak, where, according to this article, there are clusters of outbreaks, there's been deaths, and this is something that obviously people need to take note of, especially when they mention in this article in IOL that some of these outbreaks they cannot find the source. And this is very concerning to me, it should be concerning to you, because diphtheria, if you actually look at what causes it, whether you believe it or not, I'm not a medical professional, so I'm telling you what the professionals say. It's a serious contagious bacterial infection, usually of the throat and skin, caused by Corynebacterium or diphtheriae, leading to a thick grey membrane, sore throat, fever and swollen neck glands, with severe cases causing breathing, swallowing issues and potential heart or nerve damage. It's preventable by vaccination, but treatable with antitoxin and antibiotics, spreading through the respiratory droplets or contact. And there's no cases in the Northern Cape, but I want to look at some of the things mentioned in this article in IOL, where they say that the Western Cape has emerged as the epicenter of this outbreak, carrying a disproportionate share of cases as well as deaths, as I'll mention later, clusters and deaths compared to the rest of the country. This is according to the latest situational report by the National Institute for Communicable Diseases, NICD, which shows 91 laboratory confirmed cases of the toxigenic respiratory diphtheria that they have recorded nationally, and this is between January of 2024 and January 18th of 2026. So this is basically in the last year that they've recorded the 91 cases. But the scary thing is that there has been deaths. Of these 67 cases, nearly 3/4 were reported in the Western Cape, exceeding numbers seen in other provinces such as Limpopo 9, Mpumalanga 8, Gauteng 4 and KwaZulu-Natal 3. So the Free State, the Northwest and the Northern Cape and Eastern Cape, no cases at this stage. The NICD notes that the majority of confirmed cases and carriers, 76%, are from the Western Cape. And it speaks here that the clusters have occurred repeatedly in households, communities, correctional facilities as well, indicating persistent transmission rather than isolated flare-ups. Limpopo has recorded 5 clusters, Gauteng 2 and KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga 1 each. Beyond identifiable clusters, the Western Cape has also reported a high number of sporadic cases, and this is my concern, where you actually can't trace where it is coming from. And this sounds a lot like toast, for those of you who know what that means. Sporadic cases with no known epidemiological link. Of the 49 sporadic respiratory cases recorded nationally, 39 occurred in the Western Cape. So there were 49 sporadic, they can't trace where it's coming from, 39 of those in the Western Cape. That's a very high percentage, suggesting undetected chains of transmission in the broader community. Other provinces recorded only a handful of sporadic cases. So this is problematic when you can trace something like this and you can see where it's coming from. You can try and nip it in the butt. The NICD describes diphtheria as a highly contagious vaccine-preventable illness which can lead to severe complications, including myocarditis and nerve damage, and can be fatal if treatment is delayed. So people, please, this is what the medical professionals say. They say that this can be treated with vaccinations. There are early childhood vaccinations for this, and you can also do top-up vaccinations. They say a total of 19 deaths have been recorded among probable and confirmed respiratory diphtheria cases nationwide, resulting in an overall case fatality ratio of 21%, which is much higher than the international rate, which is 3% of patients. So 21% is extremely high. 12 of these deaths occurred in the Western Cape. So once again, a majority of the 19 deaths. Vaccination gaps appear to be a key driver of vulnerability among children aged 12 years and younger who fell ill. Several were unvaccinated and had not received booster doses, while others had only completed part of the infant immunization schedule. Now, I'm not telling people what to do with regards to their children. I'm not going to tell you that your child should receive immunization or not. I'm just telling you what the professionals are saying they believe are the cause. You can make up your own mind. I believe in freedom of choice. The report stresses that protection depends not only on early childhood vaccination, but also on booster doses later in life. So this sounds a lot again like what we experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. The same kind of messaging, and you're going to hear things about isolation and so on just now. Individuals of all ages can seek assistance at public health care clinics to review their vaccine status and receive booster doses as indicated, the NICD advises. So if you want your child vaccinated or yourself, then you can go to your local clinic. In response to the outbreak, public health authorities have implemented, here's the thing, contact tracing, sound familiar, isolation of contacts, antibiotic prophylaxis and vaccination of exposed individuals across affected provinces, and this is going to schools. And many of the people that are anti-vaccines might be affected by this, so you also need to be aware of what is happening. The NICD said that appropriate public health responses have been initiated for all suspected and confirmed cases. Now, I don't know what appropriate health responses are. What does that look like? What could it look like in future if this gets worse? And they speak of additional vaccination campaigns conducted in schools and communities, particularly in the Western Cape and Limpopo. However, the continued detection of new clusters and sporadic cases where they can't trace where it's coming from suggests that transmission has not yet been fully contained. The NICD notes that all sequenced Western Cape isolates belong to a single strain, indicating sustained local transmission rather than repeated importation from elsewhere. So they're saying it's not coming from somewhere else, it's the same strain of bacterium that's being spread everywhere. Well, I always say, how can the exact same thing spread everywhere? I always say, look at probability, and consider all options. I'm not going to tell people how to keep themselves safe. I've told you now what the healthcare professionals say. I'll give you a link to this article in the description below the video as well as in the first comment. And you should make appropriate decisions for your family based on your conscience and your research. And I want you to be aware, this can cause fatality in kids. Kids actually die from this. I have had this before and I needed treatment. I was very, very sick. So I wanted to just raise this once again to the members on this channel. It is possible that this is just another toast experiment. So yeah, just be aware. I'm just glad that I'm in a very hot place in the Northern Cape and that we don't have any cases here. Thanks so much for watching this video, and please share this information with your friends and family. Tell them about this if you care about people. This is not something that you should take lightly, and if this spreads further, government will certainly take more action. That could include removing some of our freedoms. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, stay free.